charge, and that was not the way for a chaplain to resolve anything. He moved forward, careful to avoid being struck himself, and grasped hold of Tucky, taking him off balance and knocking him against the uprights that held the trench wall. "The Germans are that way," he said tartly, jerking his head back toward the parapet and no man's land beyond. Plucker was up on his feet, slithering in the mud on the duckboards, his socks filthy and sodden. "Good idea to send him over the top, Captain, where he belongs, but not in my boots." He was floundering toward them, arms flailing as if to carry on the fight. Joseph stepped between them, risking being caught by both, the worst part of which would be that then a charge would be unavoidable. "Stop it," he ordered briskly. "Take the boots off, none." "Thank you, Chaplain," Plugger responded with a smile of satisfaction. Tucky stood unmoving, his face set, ignoring the blood. "They ain't his boots either," he said suddenly, his eyes meeting Joseph's. A man appeared around the dogleg corner. No stretch of the trench was more than 10 or 12 yards long. To prevent shell fire taking out a whole platoon of men or a German raiding party making it through the wire. They were steep-sided, shored up against mudslides and barely wide enough for 2 men to pass each other. The man coming was tall and lean with wide shoulders, and he walked with a certain elegance, even on the sloping duckboards. His face was dark, long-nosed, and there was a wry humour in it. "Early for tea, aren't you?" he asked, his eyes going from one to another. Tucky and Plugger reluctantly stood to attention. "Yes, Major Weatherall," they said almost in unison. Sam Weatherall glanced down at Plugger's stockinged feet, his eyebrows raised. "Thinking of creeping up on the cook, are you? Or making a quick recce over the top first?" "Soon as I get my boots back from that thieving sod, I'll put 'em on again," Plugger replied, gesturing toward Tucky. "I'd wash them first, if I were you," Sam advised with a smile. "I will," Plugger agreed. "We don't want to catch nothing." "I meant your feet," Sam corrected him. Tucky Nunn roared with laughter in spite of the bruise darkening on his jaw where Plugger had caught him. "Whose boots are they?" Joseph asked, smiling as well. "Mine," both men said together. "Whose boots are they?" Joseph repeated. There was a moment's silence. "I saw 'em first," Plugger answered. "You didn't take them," Tucky pointed out. "If you had, you'd have them now, wouldn't you?" "Come on, Solomon." Sam looked at Joseph, his mouth pulled into an ironic twist. "Right," Joseph said decisively. "Left boot, Nunn. Right boot, Arnold." There was considerable grumbling, but Tucky took off the right boot and passed it over, reaching for one of the worn boots where Plugger had been sitting. "Shouldn't have had them off now anyway," Sam said disapprovingly. "You know better than that. What if Fritz had made a sudden attack?" Plugger's eyebrows shot up, his blue eyes wide open. "At 3:30 in the afternoon? It's tea time in a minute. They may be sodding Germans, but they're not uncivilized. They still go to eat and sleep, same as us. You stick your head above the parapet, and you'll find he's nowhere near asleep, I promise you," Sam warned. Tucky was about to reply when there was a shouting about 20 yards along the line, and a moment later a young soldier lurched around the corner, his face white. He stared at Sam. "One of your sappers has taken half his hand off," he said, his voice high-pitched and jerky. "Where is he, Charlie?" Joseph said quickly. "We'll get him to the first aid post." Sam was rigid. "Who is it?" He started forward, pushing ahead of both of them, ignoring the rats scattering in both directions. Charlie G. swiveled and went on his heels. Joseph stopped to duck into the connecting trench leading back to the second line and pick out a first aid pack in case they needed more than the field dressing the wounded man should be carrying himself. When he caught up with them, Sam was bent over, one arm around a man sitting on the duckboards. The sapper was rocking back and forth, clutching the stump of his hand to his chest, scarlet blood streaming from it. Joseph had lost count of how many wounded and dead he had seen, but each man's horror was new and real, and it looked as if in this case the man might have lost a good deal of his right hand. Sam was ashen, his jaw clenched so tight the muscles stood out like cords. "We have to see it, Corliss." His voice shook in spite of everything.